From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Well, good evening, everyone. Definitely was an active day out there this morning. You know, the main cold front passed through pretty quickly. It was mainly in the morning showers and heavy rainfall, saw some snow in the higher elevations. And by the afternoon, most of it was out of here, even for the eastern mountains. And then, of course, just the scattered showers here and there. And it didn't get very active. Didn't see any thunderstorms. Didn't even see a lot of shower activity here for the valley. But overall, here's what we saw today. You can see anywhere from 1500s in Corning to upwards of almost 3/4 of an inch of rainfall in Red Bluff. So just depending where you are. A nice little bound of rain right there off just to the east of the valley. Now we eventually did pick up about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch off to the east. Now, of course, where we saw a lot of the rainfall was off along the coast. 1 1/4 inch out in Crescent City, a little over an inch in Trinidad, and about 8,700 out in Eureka. All right, so we take a look at Kruger's QuickCast, let you know what to expect here for tonight and through the day tomorrow. So for those of you that are in a hurry, you just want to forecast in a couple of minutes, here you go. Now tonight it's going to be cold and maybe even some patchy fog developing tonight, tomorrow morning. Otherwise, mainly clear skies and cold here. We're talking 20s, 30s for the higher elevations, and it looks like even a chance for some of those showers and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm here for parts of the north coast. But otherwise, we head out the door tomorrow morning here. Again, maybe some of that patchy fog, otherwise mainly clear and cold for the valley. And some of those mountain valleys could see some of that patchy fog as well. But you'll notice it's actually fairly dry, even the north coast. Now what's happening is this. We got this cold front right here. That's pushing off to the east. Cold and unstable air. See the speckled clouds? And then this is the storm system that'll be coming in this Wednesday. So we're actually getting a bit of a break here for tomorrow. We'll take a look at Futurecast. There's 10 o'clock tonight. Again, maybe a passing snow flurry here and there. Now, for the north coast, tomorrow morning, you can see really everyone is looking dry. By the afternoon, you can see some of those showers kind of kicking in. Now, the best chances for any afternoon showers for the north coast will be in Delaware County, northern Humboldt, and western Siskiyou County. But everyone else, I'm expecting we'll see dry, but still looking at fairly cool conditions here for tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, it's still dry. But there's the storm system that is going to be approaching and will be here by Wednesday. Now, the winds aren't going to be that much of a factor here for tonight or tomorrow. I saw some very gusty winds with the passage of that cold front. In fact, in the valley, gusts over 30 miles per hour when it did pass. But as we go into Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, there's the approaching storm system, and the winds are beginning to pick up Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening for the north coast. But it's not until Wednesday that we'll see those winds pick up elsewhere. All right, so for your Tuesday, dry conditions, mostly sunny. I'm expecting highs right around 60 for that daytime high. Temperatures in the 40s, even some 50s for some of the higher elevations. And for the coast, those temperatures in the mid to upper 50s for your daytime highs. And again, maybe a passing sprinkle or light shower to the north and west. So here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. This is going to change as we go through the week, but I'm expecting that will be dry for your Tuesday. There's the rain coming in, and it will be heavy at times. Could even see an isolated thunderstorm, gusty winds. Some showers off and on possibly through the day on Thursday. For now, I'm going to keep Friday and through the weekend dry. Saturday night into early Monday morning, we're watching a system that could potentially bring us a little bit more rainfall, but the timing of that, as to whether or not that'll even really impact us, is still a bit of a question mark. But we look at the 7-day outlook for the coast, inland, and for Trinity County. Dry for Trinity County. Northern inland areas, say northern Humboldt, Delaware County, maybe a few isolated sprinkles or light showers. There's the main event on Wednesday, rain, windy conditions, off and on showers Thursday, Friday. And again, I'm keeping it dry for the weekend, but I'm keeping my eye on Sunday night and Monday morning. For Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains, dry for your Tuesday, except for maybe western Siskiyou County. And there you can see the rain, main event on Wednesday, and then off and on showers Thursday, Friday. mainly dry here for the weekend minus Sunday night. All right, that's your quick cast. For those of you that want to stick around a little bit longer for the longer range forecast, what we got going on with Wednesday, here we go. All right, buckle up because we got a lot to talk about. Number one, the cool and unsettled weather pattern that has arrived. And this is a pattern I've been talking about since last week. And well, I tell you what, right on schedule. Off and on showers all week long, especially as we go into, say, Wednesday, Thursday, and then by the end of the week, over the weekend, chances diminish. Isolated thunderstorms, too, not to mention those gusty winds, but it does look like it is trending drier as we go into the weekend. All right, so here's a look at your satellite image with the cold fronts on here. So this is the cold front that moved through us today. Along that cold front is where we saw the very gusty winds this morning, also the heavier rainfall and thunderstorms. Behind it, cold and unsettled air. Now, what we're dealing with here is we're going to be between storm systems here for tomorrow. There it is right here. There's that cold front. That's what's approaching and will be here by Wednesday. It's going to have a lot of the same characteristics as the one that moved through today. Gusty winds, heavy rainfall at times, but one thing it will be is a little bit colder and it's going to move slower. And that's going to allow us to see more rain and more snow in the mountains. So here it is, 10 o'clock tonight. There you can see maybe an isolated sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry here and there, especially in the mountains. But as we go into Tuesday morning, it's dry. But you see this right here? Area, Western Siskiyou, Modoc, Del Norte, Northern Humboldt, maybe a sprinkle or a light shower. And that's the case as we take you through the day on Tuesday, but better chances coming in late afternoon for Del Norte County on Tuesday. But you'll notice everyone else is dry. But there it is. There is that storm system I was talking about over the Pacific right now. That is approaching. We're starting to see that heavy rainfall early Wednesday morning. Then 8 a.m. Wednesday, look at see some of that heavier rainfall. We're also seeing some heavy snow. And the heaviest snow I do expect to probably be above, say, 4,000 or 5,000 feet. But we could, for a brief period of time, maybe see some snowflakes in a mix out towards Mount Shasta sometime Wednesday morning, and even into the early afternoon hours. Let's take into about noon on Wednesday. Again, you see that snow, I mean, it's nearing Mount Shasta. So I'd say the ski park, maybe seeing some of that snow. You can see off to the east. We're seeing that now, of course, by noon. Now the heavier rainfall pushing into the valley. We could see some isolated thunderstorms. So here's the kind of the cold front right here, where the back edge of it, you see how things are starting to kind of quiet down a little bit for the north coast in the way of scattered showers and maybe some thunderstorms. Here's Wednesday, 5 p.m., scattered showers, thunderstorms, especially in the mountains, but maybe even the valley, and there's more snow. And again, with the lower snow levels, east of I-5, we could be talking about the potential for more. I think we could see some more chain requirements here as you go, say, above 4,000 feet. So some of those lower mountain passes, I'd say again lower, say around 4,000 feet, could be dealing with the potential for some accumulating snow. We'll get into the snow here in a second. Let's talk about the forecast rain totals. On top of what we've already seen, we could see another half an inch to an inch for some of us in the valley, a little bit less to the south, less to the east. Where are we seeing most of the rain? That's right, off to the north and west, and especially for the north coast. Now, there still is a winter weather advisory until midnight tonight. That's mainly for the mountains just east of the valley. So we've got to watch for the potential for some chain requirements, especially, say, above 6,000 feet. Now, don't pay attention to these numbers. I honestly, I should have taken them out. Dunsmuir is way too low of an elevation to see the snow. You're not going to see that. Mount Shasta City, all right, so you may see a mix, but you're not going to see accumulating snow. Alturas, your borderline. Chester, you could see an inch or two, all right? But again, we're kind of getting in that borderline here to the south and east. Really, what I want to illustrate here is see all the pinks in here? I mean, now you're getting over a foot, 2 feet of snow possibly over some of those highest mountain peaks. So it looks like some good snow heading your way for the highest of elevations. Now, again, as we go into this evening, you see that here, Cedar Pass. As we go into tonight and tomorrow morning, look at that. You could be looking at the potential on Cedar Pass for chain requirements. Bogard Ranger Station tomorrow morning, I think you could possibly see some chain requirements. Out on Scott Mountain, you're getting close, but as we go into tonight, tomorrow morning, be on the lookout for that. Bottom line though, we're just not going to see much tonight, tomorrow morning. Most of it's going to be off to the east here. And then as we go through the day, or morning really, conditions will improve across the board. Also, the winds, how strong they're going to be. There's a high wind warning for tomorrow night through 4 p.m. Wednesday for central Siskiyou County. That's, of course, Shasta Valley. For Modoc County, a wind advisory for 4 a.m. until 7 p.m. Wednesday. So again, keep in mind that's when we expect some of those strongest winds. So let's take a look at that. Now, as I mentioned, Tuesday, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but we start to see the winds pick up along the coast here, even out towards Siskiyou County, or central Siskiyou County, as we go into tomorrow evening. Now, for tomorrow night and Wednesday, look at this. In the morning, there's the cold front. We're seeing the strongest winds along the coast, Siskiyou County, northern Trinity County. Then we go into the midday, now the gusty winds for the valley eastward, winds not as strong, again, because at this point we're behind the cold front, so the winds aren't going to be quite as strong. Wednesday, 5 p.m., gusty winds off to the east here, and probably continuing even into the overnight Wednesday, but I do expect the winds won't be quite as strong going into your Thursday. All right, so here's the big picture. Now, of course, we looked at Tuesday and Wednesday, so we're not going to focus too much attention on that. But let's get into your Thursday, Friday. We still have the cold and unsettled weather that's in place here for the rest of the week. Off and on showers, especially for the mountains, as we go into Thursday, Friday. I think Thursday may be some activity in the valley, but Friday, the chances may be a bit slimmer. Now, things get a little bit more interesting as we go into the weekend. For the most part, it's dry. I think Saturday through the day it's dry. Sunday through the day it's dry as well, but by Sunday night, this is what we're looking at right here, into Monday, early Monday morning, we may see a weak disturbance push through that could bring all of us some form of precipitation. But that's a long way out, and I think a lot will happen between now and then. And I am seeing that potential for some drier weather going into early next week. However, we are looking at the GFS. This is the American forecast model. The European forecast model is kind of holding off a little bit and maybe giving us some rain on Monday before drying out Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But bottom line, it's beginning to look like a drier pattern as we go through next week. So cool and unsettled this week, but the wetter pattern shifts to the east. As far as the overall rainfall from today through Sunday, there it is. Where's most of the rain? On the coast. You're talking upwards of, you're getting the oranges here. That's 5 inches. That might be overdoing it, but this is where most of the rain will be. I think the valley today through Sunday could be looking at the potential of, say, a half an inch to maybe even over an inch. We've already seen a decent amount of rainfall today. I do expect even more on top of that for your Wednesday. And even though we're drying things out in the longer range, I still expect that cooler air to be in place, keeping those temperatures below normal. In fact, take a look at the 10-day trend. We're below 60 for the most part. Again, we got up to 60 today. We could see 60 again tomorrow, but you get the idea. About 60 degrees, give or take, and mainly that would be take, right? Because we're going to be in the upper 50s, but maybe a little bit warmer as we get into the middle to latter part of next week. But it's looking pretty cool out there, folks. We take a look at the wave heights. Look at that. Those are some pretty serious wave heights going through Tuesday afternoon, and that'll be the case even on Wednesday. We're not going to see much relief from that. So when we look at the marine forecast, the south winds at 15 to 20 knots, waves from the west, 15 feet at about 16 seconds. There's a small craft advisory here for your Tuesday, and that'll probably extend it into Wednesday. There's also a high surf advisory from 3 a.m. until 8 p.m. tomorrow, and that's along the coast. All right, so just be aware of that. All right, so here's what we have in store for us tonight. Yeah, it's cold. We could see some patchy fog in the valley and some of those mountain valleys as well. Otherwise, it's mainly clear and dry and cold. We take a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast for your Tuesday. Temperatures pretty much on par with what we saw today. Really, we're not going to see much change with those temperatures. The main thing we're tracking is, the off and on chances for rain. And Wednesday is going to be the next big event with heavy rainfall, potential for thunderstorms, gusty winds, the works. You're talking potential for some down branches, maybe some power outages because of the gusty winds. You saw how gusty it was today. They're going to be even stronger with Wednesday's storm system. But temperatures along the coast, as you can see here, mainly mid to upper 50s. Here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, 52 degrees for Wairika, 51 out in Gazelle. We do have the dry conditions here for your Tuesday, but Wednesday, more rain, more often on showers, Thursday and Friday. Modoc County neighborhood forecast up towards Tule Lake, about 45, 46 for Alturas, and 45 degrees in Aden. We're taking to the eastern mountains with 45 for Westwood, 48 for Shingletown. Pretty cool in Viola, about 41, where we did see some snow this morning. Paradise, about 54. Kronberg, about 50. Let's take you to the Valley neighborhood forecast, brought to you by our friends at Walgamouth Painting. Your temperatures hovering around the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. We're dry tomorrow. The wind's not that strong. Actually, a pretty nice day. Very nice day, actually. There's that rain coming in Wednesday, though, with the windy conditions. And, of course, Thursday, maybe a few isolated showers. I may be including some showers there for your Friday, but for now I'm going to keep it dry and then dry through the weekend with that potential. Again, we're watching that Sunday night into Monday as well. So there's your 7-day forecast for Reading. I mean, again, look at those highs. And look at Friday night, Saturday morning. 33 degrees for that overnight low. So we could possibly see our first freeze. Well, okay, maybe not long freeze, but it's getting cold. It is definitely getting cold in those overnight hours. All right, that is your evening forecast. I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. Have a good night.
Barr & Mudford is a top established firm here in the North State. Founded over a half-century ago, Barr & Mudford is protecting the rights of our neighbors and community. We take our commitment to our clients very seriously and provide a level of excellence unrivaled in the North State. Barr & Mudford, standing up for the rights of our neighbors and our beautiful community, serving Northern California with excellence.